Hello everyone, I'm Christine Short from Zaragoza Restaurant, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make the classic Bobby Burns cocktail. It was named after a Scottish poet named Robert Burns, and originally the recipe appeared in the 1930s in the Savoy cocktail book, later published in the Waldorf Astoria Old Days. It's been revamped and tweaked many times by just about everyone that loves it, including myself. One of my favorite things about bartending is that I get to share my passion with people, and I actually learned how to make this cocktail very organically. It's the first Scotch cocktail that really caught my interest and got me into drinking Scotch and learning more about Scotch. A friend of mine who used to be just a regular patron came in and taught it to me, so it holds a very dear spot in my heart. Traditionally, the recipe is with single malt Scotch. I'm using Oban. It's one of my personal favorites, aged 14 years. The distillery has been in business basically since 1794 in the town of Oban, which grew up around the Scotch. They say that Oban is the gateway to the Isles because it's very close to, Islay, etc. I'm going to put a little bit of ice in my Yari mixing glass. I'm going to measure out 2 ounces of Oban and pour that in there. The next part of the drink is sweet vermouth. I chose Carpana Antica formula, dates back to 1786. I think it's like the godfather of vermouths, as do many other bartenders. It's just got a great formula, great taste, and it complements the Oban very nicely. My recipe calls for 3/4 of an ounce of that sweet vermouth. And next I want to talk about Benedictine. It's from the Normandy region of France, has been distilled since 1510, 27 different herbs. It's got almost like a honey note to it. It's really sweet. I think kind of like slightly floral, and it just coats your palate really nice and complements this drink fantastically. And I use 1/2 ounce. Some scotches, they have a bit of a salty profile to them, and I really love that, but not all of them do. Oban is from the Highland area, so I add a pinch of salt to bring everything together. And then, for example, in the Waldorf, they used to put orange bitters. I don't want to use bitters, so I just express some orange oil into my mixing glass, drop it in there, and then I'm going to give it a stir until everything is kind of married and relaxed. You can tell when the cocktail has been stirred enough, just enough to dissolve that salt that I put in there. I'm going to push down the orange peel a little bit. It looks about ready to go. I'm going to use my julep strainer. And traditionally, the cocktail is served in a 4.5 ounce cocktail glass. I like to use a secondary citrus just for aromatics. I'm using lemon, and I'm expressing the oils as I peel it onto the top of the drink. Break that off. Give it a nice twist just for presentation purposes around my bar spoon. Just nestle it on the side of the glass. And that's how you make the Bobby Burns. Enjoy.